What's up, guys? Welcome to the Booktuber Sam 1 year anniversary celebration thing. As of today, I have been booktubing for 1 year. Thank you guys for your tremendous support. You don't understand how much it means to me. I cannot believe it's been a year. It's gone by super fast, but it's also been just absolutely crazy and fun. And I'll talk about this in just a second. This video I didn't really want to be like about books or anything. I just kind of wanted this to be a hangout where like I explain to you why I got into booktubing, what got me into booktubing. Then a little later I'll answer some questions that you guys gave me in the comments. So first of all, just again, thank you so much. It's been ridiculous. I can't believe it's been a year since I started. I looked like this. And I'm so glad that that has changed. I cannot believe that my intro used to be Booktuber Sam. That just stresses me out that I thought that was an okay intro for a video. I'll just go ahead and talk about like why I got into booktubing, and so let's get started. So I live in a very small state in the South. Not many people read in this state. It's more popular to go hunting or fishing or play football or something like that. So when I got into reading, I started looking up book reviews, and that's when I found Poland Bananas Books' review of Mockingjay, and I found Tiernan the Booktuber's reviews, and Jesse the Reader's reviews, and I started being like, oh my gosh, I didn't know there was this whole community on YouTube that talked about books. So then I started watching more, and I started watching more than just reviews. I started watching tags and book hauls, and I started to get really excited. I was like, I can actually talk with people about books, and I don't have to meet them face to face and worry about all the weird things of being socially incompetent or whatever, where you know you're nervous to talk to somebody through the internet. That really doesn't happen that much. So I was like, you know, I think I'll start a book channel, and that's kind of like the story of how I started. It's not very interesting. It's just kind of, I wanted to tell you guys because I just love the fact that Booktube is a place where people can talk about books, because I don't have that where I live. So just a tremendous thank you to everybody who is a part of Booktube or watches Booktube videos and is a part of the conversation, because it just has been so much fun to be able to talk with people about books and watch other people's videos where they're getting excited about books, no matter how I feel about that. So that story was a lot faster than I thought it was going to be. I thought that was going to be like the entire video. But at least I have questions. So I got a lot more questions than I expected to get. I didn't expect the questions to be the main part of the video. I was expecting my story to be the main part. But I got enough questions to where that can be like the central part of this video. Thank you to the people that gave me questions, and now let's answer them. So Roswell Ross, who has been a long-time supporter of this channel, thank you so much, Roswell, for your questions. She asked which booktuber inspired you to start booktube videos, and how has your experience been so far on Booktube? To answer your first question, I can't really narrow it down to one, but if I did have to, I'd probably say Tiernan from the Booktuber. If you haven't seen any of Tiernan's videos, I'd be kind of surprised because he is one of the bigger booktubers, but his videos really just inspired me. It's probably because he loves Percy Jackson. I was like, hey, I like Percy Jackson too, you know. And so I started watching his videos. I watched How to Read a Rick Riordan Book, which I just thought was hilarious. I watched his Rick Riordan interview, and I started to watch more than just Rick Riordan videos. And I was like, hey, this guy's pretty cool, and he makes some pretty entertaining videos. I guess that is kind of who just inspired me to start making videos. Fun fact, a lot of the videos earlier that I did, I pretty much plagiarized certain phrases that he would say. If you go and watch my Would You Rather book tag and his Would You Rather book tag, a lot of the things that I say are exactly the same thing as he said, like word for word. Like the way I acted it out is the exact same thing, just because I was like, hey, he did it and it was flawless, so I gotta do the same thing. Same with the Opposites book tag, I did a lot of the exact same things, and it's almost like embarrassing. It is embarrassing actually. I wish I hadn't done that, because now it makes me look like I'm not original. Now for your second question, how has your experience been so far? It has been so great. I've obviously had my fair share of hiatuses, you guys know that, but you guys have stuck with me, so that has just all added to the experience of it being amazing and crazy and fun, and like I said, it's gone by so fast. I cannot believe it's been a year. Next questions I have are from Claire is Reading. Thank you for your questions, Claire. She said, what is your Hogwarts house and what is your favorite movie? I am a Hufflepuff. Yeah, I kind of took the test cheating because I took the test before I'd even finished the first book. I was like halfway through, so I don't feel like it's that genuine. I would want to retake it when I finish the series. I'll do that, and I'll let you guys know what I am then. I don't know if it'll change, but as for right now, I am a Hufflepuff. And then for your second question, what is your favorite movie? I can't narrow it down to one. If I had to say one, I would say the Lord of the Rings trilogy. See what I mean? You can't narrow it down. I see the Lord of the Rings trilogy as one huge movie because you can't have one without the other. It's just impossible. And I love it so much. My favorite one is probably Return of the King, the third one. My least favorite is probably the second one, Two Towers. But I also love Inception, The Prestige, Interstellar, The Shawshank Redemption, which is an amazing movie that I just watched for the first time recently. Not a kid's movie at all, but I absolutely love it. Warrior, the Bourne trilogy. I can't narrow it down to one movie, so those are the first ones that come to mind when I think of my favorite movies. Now Tyrese Reads asks 3 questions. Thank you so much, Tyrese. Your videos are amazing, and you have definitely been one of the biggest and first supporters of my channel, so thank you so much for that, Tyrese. He asks, when do you think you'll read the next Harry Potter book? Who is your favorite musical artist? And what do you like to do in your free time besides reading? Well, when will I read the next Harry Potter book? As soon as possible. I'm trying to get to some other books first that have been on my TBR for a long time. Basically new releases that I just haven't been able to get to yet. Trying to knock those out, and then I will read that as soon as possible. And I want to just be able to sit down and kind of marathon the series. I know I have to take breaks in between certain books, but that's what I'm trying to do. Just because the series gets bigger and bigger the more it goes on, I'm just a little intimidated, but not that much, so as soon as possible. And then to answer my favorite musical artist, surprisingly enough, I do not listen to that much music. I just don't really find time to listen to music. But if I had to pick one, it would be Matt Kearney, who is just absolutely amazing. My favorite song of his actually played in the background of my Seattle, Washington trip video, so if you want to hear him, you can go check out that video. And he also sings Ships in the Night, which you might have heard of, very popular. But yeah, Matt Kearney is amazing. And then for the final question, what do you like to do in your free time besides read? I have always loved acting and like directing. I've always made videos since I was a little kid. But I would have to say acting. I've mentioned a few times I do drama and I do plays and things like that. So that is really, I wish I could pursue that. If I ever get an opportunity, I would like to pursue acting. I just think it's so much fun. You can portray so many different characters, and I really wish that I could do that. I really hope I'll have an opportunity someday. Another fun fact, I've actually auditioned for 2 movies, or technically 1, depending on how you look at it. So the latest one that I auditioned for was more recent. It was probably a few years ago, and it was for a movie called The Haulers, which was shooting really near to where I live. It was starring and being directed by John Krasinski, who is in The Office as Jim, who's absolutely amazing, and it was also starring Anna Kendrick. So that would have been an amazing movie to work on. The reason I don't really count that one as much is because they didn't really have a role for my age, so I was kind of more auditioning as an extra. But I do have friends who worked on the movie. I really wish I could have been in that, but I think it's cool that I was even allowed to be a part of that in any way. But the first movie I auditioned for was back in like 2011, 2012, and it was a movie called As I Lay Dying, which was a adaptation of the book As I Lay Dying by William Faulkner, and it was also shooting near to where I live, and it was being directed and was starring James Franco. And if you don't know who James Franco is, I'd be very surprised. But basically, I would have been playing his younger brother. I pretty much screwed up my audition. I walked in and delivered the lines completely wrong. But what is cool is the casting director was there and they were videoing the entire thing. So James Franco has probably seen and heard me. So that's kind of cool to think about. But yeah, I would like to pursue acting to answer your question. Thank you guys so much for sending me these questions. It means a lot to me. I hope that you guys have gotten to learn a little bit more about me. That's kind of the reason I made this video, because, you know, the whole story of me starting Booktube wasn't very interesting. So this was kind of an opportunity for you guys to learn more about me. And thank you guys so much. Seriously, thank you for what you've done over the past year. I hope this next year will be equally as amazing, if not a million times better. And just thank you. And I will see you guys the next time that I see you.